One former president is coming out in defense of Donald Trump, letting the public know just how far the mainstream media is going to demean him. "I think the media have been harder on Trump than any other president certainly that I've known about," Carter replied. "I think they feel free to claim that Trump is mentally deranged and everything else without hesitation," as reported by CNN. In a recent interview with the New York Times columnist Maureen Dowd, former President Jimmy Carter said many things about President Trump that both conservatives and liberals across the country were surprised to hear. In addition to saying that he would be willing to participate in a diplomatic mission to North Korea if asked, the former president confided to the columnist that the media has been harder on Trump than anyone else he recalls. "I think the media have been harder on Trump than any other president certainly that I've known about. I think they feel free to claim that Trump is mentally deranged and everything else without hesitation." He also defended Trump against claims that his style of diplomacy has been souring U.S. relations internationally. "Well, he might be escalating it, but I think that precedes Trump," he told The Times. "The United States has been the dominant character in the whole world and now we're not anymore. And we're not going to be. Russia's coming back and India and China are coming forward." To the surprise of Dowd, Carter was more critical of the Obama administration than of Trump. He criticized several of the former president's foreign policy actions, saying that Obama refused to talk to North Korea more, while disagreeing with the United States drone attacks in Yemen. "He made some very wonderful statements, in my opinion, when he first got in office, and then he reneged on that," he said about Obama's action in the Middle East. When asked as to whether or not the Russians interfered with the election, Carter said that he and his wife disagreed with the sentiment. "I don't think there's any evidence that what the Russians did changed enough votes, or any votes," he told The Times. "It's a conclusion that many within the mainstream media secretly believe, including one CNN producer who was caught on tape admitting that the Russian narrative was largely unjustified and pushed for the ratings, according to Project Veritas." He added that he isn't as afraid of Putin as the media says people should be, adding that, at the Carter Center, "We deal with Putin and the Russians quite frequently concerning Syria." The former president added that he and his wife didn't vote for Hillary Clinton during the Democrat primary, choosing instead to vote for Senator Bernie Sanders, DVT. Despite his left-leaning political affiliations, Carter also jumped on the NFL protesters, saying that they should all be standing, and they ought to find a different way to object, to demonstrate, echoing similar sentiments made by President Trump. It was an unexpected response for many in the mainstream news, who expected that the former Democrat president to be more critical of the current administration. It seems he chose to speak the truth instead.